If you have fibrocystic breast tissues, you may want to listen to this video to the end. I am going to share my story about my experience with fibrocystic breast tissues, how it relates to the lymphatic system, which is also what I want to talk about, intertwined with menopausal symptoms. Okay. So when I learned about the connection between the lymphatic system, menopausal system, and in particular fibrocystic breast tissues, and what you can do, it was very enlightening to me. And it was so amazing how our bodies work together in such intricate ways to produce what it produced or whatever results that there are. So recent studies have also shown that the lymphatic system may play an important part in regulating menopausal symptoms by removing excess toxins and excess fluid from the body. So what is the lymphatic system? It is a very important part of our body. Along with the immune system, they work together to fight off invaders, diseases, or inflammation, infections, that sort of stuff. It's an army that they work together. So when everything is working well, our lymph vessels collect and drain excess fluid from our bodies. So that is just how it's supposed to work. And so we have to take proper care of our lymphatic system to make sure it's draining properly. Now, if it's not draining properly, a multitude of problems can occur, right? Lymphedema is one that is pretty common amongst a lot of people. And the next is it can manifest itself into different diseases. In my case, part of the problem I had with part of the underlying problem with my fibrocystic breast tissues was that my lymphatic system was not draining properly. It wasn't working the way it's supposed to. The fluid was not being drained. The excess fluid was not being drained appropriately, and therefore all the fluid gathered in my breast and it calcified. And that's what shows up on images, and that's what you can actually feel when you do a breast examination. It's calcification because all that liquid is supposed to be passed out, that your lymphatic system is supposed to drain to keep us healthy and well, was not working when it comes to my breast tissues. So I experienced that for more than 10 years. I had to see a breast specialist, and a lot of you who know me may know my story. I had to see breast specialists twice a year, every 6 months. I had to go for mammo and sauna every 6 months. Plus, I had to see my regular GYN. And it was just horrible. And over the years, the cysts multiplied. It went from one to the next, and then the number of cysts in each breast even got more. They increased, and I'm like, what is going on? No one was able to help me. No one. All they told me was, as part of the aging process, this is going to happen. We see this a lot. It's very common. The scary thing was they were also telling me that I was high risk for breast cancer. No, that was not reassuring to me at all. That was actually quite scary. The whole experience was really scary. You're high risk for breast cancer, but we really can't do anything. Think about that. How does that make you feel? It doesn't really make you feel very good. It's a very scary proposition, right? So I had to sort out a holistic health practitioner. And he helped me to really put some strategies and protocol in place to really get my body back in balance. One of the big thing was really getting my lymphatic system to operate again, to function. And so he had me do 5 key things that I recommend to anybody. And this is my experience, right? It may not work for you, but I think it's worth a shot because they're all natural protocols. That's not going to hurt you. It did not involve any kind of medicine whatsoever. And again, my experience might be different from someone else's, but I want to share so people know, can actually use this information. So the first thing he had me do was to do a complete detox of my body. Complete getting rid of the toxins, all the there's certain things I couldn't eat anything processed, right? It was just all natural whole food. So detoxing my body to clean that out, get that out of the way. The next thing was massaging my breast twice a day. And part of that involved using certain essential oils as part of that massaging protocol. And then my favorite one was dry brushing my entire body, because dry brushing stimulates the lymphatic system and it helps the lymph fluid to drain. So my favorite example is a clogged pipe. When you have a clogged pipe, most of us, you're either going to stick something in there to stimulate whatever is clogging it so that everything can flow, or you're going to pour Drano or Green Goblin or something, you're going to pour in there in order to unclog the pipes. Same thing with our lymphatic system. We're trying to unclog the pipes. So one of the ways was to use dry brushing to stimulate the drainage, to kind of open them up, and do it up for your entire body. But in particularly, I had to pay attention to my breasts. So I was dry brushing my breasts twice a day, in addition to adding certain essential oils to my massage. And that's just stimulating the lymph fluid to let it move and let it drain. The other thing was, like I mentioned, I had to cut out all processed foods, which kind of went back with the detoxing. But even after that, I really had to try to eat very clean. And then the last thing was, I had to move my body. I had to move my body, because as you move your body, it also stimulates the lymphatic system. So that was also an important part of that. And whatever it is, movement for you, that's fine. Running, walking, whatever, yoga, whatever it is, just had to keep the body moving so that the lymphatic system would be stimulated and be able to drain properly. And it was not an overnight process. It took over a year. And so when I went back to to do my scans, they were, the first year I went back to do my scans, they were minimal. They didn't even pop up. I think it didn't pop up on the mammogram, but on the sonogram, they saw some shadows. And by the time I went back for my next mammogram and sonogram, they were completely gone. And they said, oh, this happens sometimes, but I just didn't say anything. I know it was because of the protocols that I had implemented for myself, along with my holistic practitioner's help. The thing that scared me was when they say you're high risk for breast cancer and there's nothing that we can do. Now that, if anyone knows me, when you tell me no, you might as well just, it's a yes, right? There's no in my book. And if there's a no, I'm talking to the wrong person. That's just my philosophy. And so that just kind of pushed me to search a little bit more, to find it. So if you are suffering with fibrocystic breast tissue and you want to get some more information, I'm happy to share. Just slide into my DM and let me know. I'm happy to help wherever I can. I hope this was helpful. I hope you're taking something away from this, and leave me a comment. Please let me know if this was helpful, and also some of the other things that you guys want to hear about in other videos. Until next time, this is Dion, your menopause mama, signing out. Take care. Bye-bye.